Hey out there! Remember how much Transformers Prime Arachnids sucked? Yeah, when they made this piece of crap and called it a figure, I thought that Hasbro was trying to put us off of female Transformers. Fortunately, that turned out to be wrong, as this year we got 4 great female Transformers. 3 from the Generations line, and 1 for the new cartoon line, Robots in Disguise. Um, Seeing how great these 4 figures turned out is leading me to wonder what might be in the near future for the female Transformers. I know the focus now is the Combiner Wars, where everything's going to turn into those giant gestalts like in the old days, but if they're going to make any more female Transformers, I'd like to speculate what's coming soon. So, here's 3 Transformers that I'm hoping that Hasbro is going to get around to making, and given the trends and what's popular, might be coming up next. Number 1, Nautica. All these recent figures have been coming with comic books included with them that had that more than meets the eye issues based on the Dark Cybertron story arc. A lot of the characters in this comic have actually had figures released, or have had figures announced. And one character is Nautica here, seen standing next to Windblade and Chromia. Actually, she hangs out with them quite a bit in this little story arc. I don't know if they're like a trio. I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to be a trio or something, but I'm not completely sure because I'm not a regular reader of the comic. But I kind of like her. She has a really cool design, and she's kind of quirky. Look at her jumping into battle alongside Chromia, Windblade, and RC here, using a wrench as her primary weapon. That's kind of hilarious. Also, her alt mode, it's a submarine. Aquatic alt modes like this are very rare, especially submarines. I don't think I've seen one of these in a long time. So, getting a new female Transformer who can also transform into something that we haven't seen in a while, that's a bonus. So, given how this comic book has been foisted upon us as something that is now part of the public consciousness of not only the fans, but of the toy collectors who didn't normally read the comic, I'm thinking that Nautica is probably going to be the next female Transformer that we get. Number 2, Black Arachnia. Yeah, to make up how horrible Arachnid came out, we need proof that they can make a Spider Lady good again. And Black Arachnia would seem to be the next contender. They've been making some really good Beast Wars figures recently. We got Waspinator, Rhinox, and Rat Trap, and they were all pretty fantastic. So, of course, Black Arachnia, as one of the most prominent characters from that TV show, really should be getting a modernized figure soon too. Specifically her original version, the whole black and gold scheme. Because there never was a good figure of that original Black Arachnia. Just this incredibly, hilariously bad Tarantulas repaint. I mean, this figure's not bad as Tarantulas, but to be Black Arachnia, I'm sorry, it's just not there. I mean, there have been great toys of Black Arachnia made of her other forms, but the original one never really got the love it deserved. So Black Arachnia really should be getting a proper toy in the Generations line. Just like Rat Trap, Rhinox, and Waspinator did. Although, we're probably going to see a new Optimus Primal next, maybe, because, I don't know, he was the main character, but nah. The next Beast Wars figure I want to see, Black Arachnia, definitely. Number 3, Elita 1. Elita 1 is probably one of the most famous female Transformers that never really got an effective toy of her G1 counterpart besides RC. I mean, looking at her design, it doesn't really seem like they really intended to make her into a toy because there doesn't really seem to be any logical pattern to turn her into a vehicle from here, unlike most of the others which have vehicle kibble all over them. But there have been some toys of Elita 1, to be fair. The only one that was truly available at retail, well, only a couple were available at retail, one of which being that Target exclusive RC repaint. But, look at it. It's tiny. It was only a scout-sized figure. And, as you can see from the show, Elita 1 is supposed to be almost as big and powerful as Optimus. In fact, that's pretty much what she was billed to be, a female Optimus. That's why I think that the Elita 1 figure that Hasbro should make next should be Voyager scale. She should be the first female Voyager in the Transformers line. She needs to be big. She needs to be tall, like the size of Springer, Optimus, Grimlock, the Voyager figures. Well, maybe not as big as Grimlock, but she needs to be a tall character is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, we've seen some great Voyagers that are fairly big in robot mode that can squish themselves down into pretty small alt modes. Like, off the top of my head, the Transformers Prime Bulkhead figure. The vehicle mode for that thing was barely the size of a soda can, yet the robot was huge. And then, yeah, like, the thing is, Elita 1 has had many incarnations over the years, but almost never gets toys. Like the Transformers animated version, where she mutated and turned into Black Arachnia, the Elita 1 version of her never actually got a toy, despite the fact it would have been a relatively simple remold of Black Arachnia. And the Revenge of the Fallen movie had her. It was terrible, but it was a toy that existed. I don't know. So yeah, that's my ultimate next choice for after Black Arachnia and Nautica. I would really like to see a proper Voyager-size Elita 1. To make this even funnier, let's make her part of the Combiner Wars. Yeah, let's have a giant Combiner woman. That would be hilarious. I mean, so far I think the only female Combiner is Windshear from the Minicon Assault team. So to have Elita 1 be the core of a Combiner Gestalt? Ooh! How about we make all the female Autobots from that episode, like Glyph and the others whose names don't occur to me at the moment. Let's make all four of them the Combiner limbs, with Elita 1 the Combiner torso. You want me to drop the dosh to buy a Combiner? That's how you do it, folks! So yeah, I dragged that on. You're probably sick of looking at this picture of that Revenge of the Fallen abomination. Let's end this on a better looking toy of Elita 1. This is a BotCon exclusive repaint of Thunderblast. It's the only Elita 1 toy that looks something like the original show model of Elita 1, though it's really mostly just a helmet. Plus, what was her name? Thunderblast? Yeah, Thunderblast wasn't a very big deluxe. Like since she was a shell form and you just open out that boat hull, inside the robot was barely bigger than the Scout. So even though this is technically a deluxe figure, it's a really small deluxe figure. And it's still not really fitting of Elita 1 and how big and powerful she's supposed to be. So she definitely needs to be Voyager scale. I would be really happy if Hasbro were to announce the creation of an Elita 1 figure in the Voyager class. Let's hope that happens. Let's try writing them letters or something, see if they can make it happen. Alright, those are the Transformers that I'm looking forward to. If you want to see any other female characters, why don't you let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. This is Wakeangel2K1 signing off.